See, when we teach the seminars, you said it's 2 days. It's really like 2 days and 1 night. The first night is usually a Friday night. So for 3 hours, what happens is people come in from all over, and we talk about the history of the work, how it was discovered, the theory behind it, the science, the current research on it, and then we do live demonstrations of the healings. We bring up volunteers from the audience so you can actually see the healings. And sometimes we play with people, and I might select a couple of people and teach them how to begin to access this so that the rest of the audience can see that now suddenly, instantly, they're able to do it also. Saturday and Sunday, that's when we teach it. What we'll do is, there's usually a large stage in the center of a room, like at a hotel or something. We'll have chairs on one side, massage tables on the other. So while I'm on stage, I'll present to the room in the chairs, and I'll say, this is the next level of work that we're going to do. Maybe like I showed you how to feel for it, I showed you how I felt for it, and then I pulled away, and then your fingers started to move. So maybe we'll demonstrate that. And then we'll all go to the tables. And there's usually one massage table for every 4 people, so we work in groups of 2 or groups of 4, depending on what we're doing at the time. So what happens is, and we walk around, and we've got teaching assistants that we bring from around the world. We'll walk around to each table. Let's say we show you how to do something from the front of the room on Saturday. And then we go to the tables, and I might walk up to you and I'll say, and you could be holding your hand like this, and I'll say, all right, now, feel what the air feels like here. Just feel the atmosphere. Now, open your hand up a little bit like that. Make the fingers a little more strong. There you go. Now when you feel there's a different sensation. And maybe what will happen is, no, keep your hands strong.
Strong?
Yeah, okay, strongish. There you go. Now when you start to glide, there's a different kind of a sensation that you can feel going on. And what will happen is when you hold your hand that way, you'll see the person on the table maybe move like that. And I'll say, now, bring your hand over here, just feel for something this way, and then you'll see their body go like that.
I'm the healer right now.
Right. And then I'll say, bring it back, and you'll see the person go like that. And so what happens is, I'm showing you how to recognize and discover certain interactions with that person on the table. Then we'll go back to the chairs, and I'll be on the stage, and we'll talk about what we just learned. We'll talk about healing philosophy and understanding the principles, the laws of the universe. And then we'll demonstrate another level of the healing work, and we'll go back on the tables, and it's a working seminar. It's a working seminar. By the end of one weekend, you will master this, and you will be able to access any level of healing that any healer on this planet can access, simple, plain, and true. You see, what happens is, healing doesn't work. Our bodies don't heal the way we were taught. We were taught the chemical model. Remember, you know, this chemical releases that chemical and that hormone and blah, blah. Well, the chemical model, we know today, is dead. It couldn't explain a whole lot of things. It couldn't explain how something can happen to this part of your body and instantaneously affect this part of your body. What we understand about the way the body heals now is that it heals through frequency, vibration, resonance, information, and it's communicated via light. Real light. You take any cell in the body with DNA, measure that DNA, and you can measure a specific level of light that comes out of that cell. This light is throughout our body. We are light, not just in the spiritual sense. The work of Dr. Fritz Popp in Germany is just one of the people who have verified this. We exchange biophotons, photons being light in this level, meaning of the word, all the time. So, what roles might light play in the healing process? Let's look at the concept of entropy. Entropy is the natural tendency for things to break down or fall into disarray, or what we call disorganization, which probably isn't really disorganization. It's probably a type of organization that we don't understand. What increases that entropy, that breakdown of things? You know, if we stare at this sofa long enough, over 1,000 years, it'll just fall apart. Right? That's the natural tendency towards entropy. What increases entropy is speed. The faster things move, the faster things go, the more velocity we introduce into the equation, the more the entropy, up until the speed of light. But according to the work of Einstein and present-day researcher Dr. William Tiller, who's published, I think maybe about 350 papers and maybe 8 books, there's something in quantum physics we know of today called the Tiller-Einstein model of negative entropy. Simply enough, Tiller is Tiller and Einstein is Einstein, and model is a model. Negative entropy just means the opposite of entropy. What we've discovered, what they've discovered is that once you reach the speed of light, entropy reverses itself. Entropy goes into negative entropy. In other words, disorder reorders. Degeneration goes into regeneration. Disorganization into reorganization, or dis-ease back into healing or ease. Therefore, I believe in what I call the one-cause theory. The degree to which we've fallen away from perfect health is the degree to which we have temporarily forgotten who we are. We have temporarily forgotten that we are that light. And our healing process is simply us remembering that we're that light. And once we gain that memory, once we remember that, the message communicates throughout our entire body and we vibrate at that level. Well, that's a nice way to think about things. And see, vibrating at that level of light, anything denser than that light, which includes most health challenges, has nothing left to hold on to. So it simply falls away, if appropriate for that person. So in our interaction, when you held your hand here and I brought my hand around and we played with that, well, I, as the healing practitioner, let's say, get to experience this feeling. Now, the feeling's not always the same. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's wet or dry or bubbly or pushing or whatever it is. But it always feels fascinating and feels good. It makes me happy. It's joy. But I'm not alone, because we're in this field. What in science we call zero-point field. If you've read Lynn McTaggart's book, The Field, it's a wonderful explanation of understanding just how our communication goes on, where we're all connected through this field. Now, me coming into this field, experiencing this joy, this bliss, it's communicated to you. So somewhere inside of you, this little voice, figuratively speaking, goes off and says, yeah, I remember that. That's me. This is me feeling healthy. This is me vibrating as light. I think I'll do it again. And your cells begin to vibrate at that level of light. And anything denser than light, which includes most health challenges, in your body has nothing left to hold on to. So if appropriate for you, it simply falls away. Now, healing is just this simple.